A compound or a mixture? Hello and welcome to Alvin and Alan Academics. Today we will be looking at the difference between a compound and a mixture. Don't worry, we are not only going to talk about the definition difference, but also about the difference in terms of the properties from the constituent elements. Sounds complicated? Let's get started. Let's get started with the definition difference. Compound is a pure substance made up of two or more elements that are chemically combined together through chemical methods. On the contrary, a mixture is an impure substance that is made up of two or more elements not chemically combined together. What is a chemical method? Chemical methods include applying heat and electrolysis. Let's talk more about the difference between the definition and the mixtures and compounds. What does it mean? Well, if we have elements A and B, if these two elements are physically combined together, they will become a mixture. However, when they are chemically combined together, it will become a compound. Imagine there's a box of balls and the balls represent the elements. This is a mixture. That's because A and B are randomly organized. They are mixtures instead of compounds because they are not pure substance. What do I mean by not pure substance or impure substance? Impure substance is that when you grab something from the box, every time the things taken out may not be the same. Let's say when I take something out, I might be able to take A or B out as they are not stick together, and thus it might not be the same. Therefore, we call these mixtures. However, imagine another box. Now the elements are organized. This time, when you grab something from the box, every time the things taken out must be the same, like any pair of AB. Therefore, this is a pure substance. Since a compound is a pure substance made up of two or more elements, AB can be treated as compound. The next difference we need to talk about is the difference in terms of mass. For mixture, the mass is a variable, but for a compound, the mass is fixed. Let's first have a look at how the mixture is a variable. The substance of the mixture can be mixed in any proportion. For example, the ratio of elements A to that of elements B can be 2 to 1 or 1 to 1. It depends on how you mix them. However, for compound, it must be fixed. For example, water have hydrogen and oxygen atoms, and the H2O ratio by mass must always be 8:1 because it's a compound. Number 3, the changes in formation. For compounds, there will be a chemical reaction that takes place when the constituent elements become compounds. For mixtures, there will be no chemical reaction taking place when we just put the elements together without chemical methods. Besides, we also have melting point and boiling point difference, general properties difference, and separation of constituents difference. Let's have a look at them one by one. For a mixture, it boils and melts at a wide range of temperature. However, for a compound, there's a definite and fixed melting point and boiling point. For a mixture, its constituent element has its own properties, but for a compound, it is entirely different from the constituent elements. For the separation of constituents for mixtures, we can use physical methods, but for chemical methods, we can only use chemical methods. Iron can be attracted by a magnet, while sulfur cannot. Therefore, when there's an iron-sulfur mixture, only iron is attracted by a magnet. However, when iron 2 sulfide, a compound formed by iron and sulfur, it won't be attracted by a magnet. That's because it is an entirely new substance. When we add hydrochloric acid to iron, it liberates hydrogen gas, but for sulfur there will be no reaction. When we have iron-sulfur mixture along with hydrochloric acid, HCl, only iron reacts to liberate hydrogen gas. However, for iron 2 sulfide, it gives hydrogen sulfide gas, which is toxic because it is an entirely new substance. In conclusion, matter can be divided into mixtures and pure substances. Pure substances include compound and elements. Different pure substances can form mixtures through physical means, and different elements and different pure substances can form compounds through chemical means. Mixture is just mixing physically. Mixture is not a new substance, it's kind of a box containing different pure substances. But for compound, we mix them chemically, and compound is a new substance, it's a kind of box containing only the compound. Let's check comprehension. Hydrogen and water can be broken down by passing electricity through it. Is water a mixture or a compound? Comment your answer down below and we will check your answer by replying to you. We have spent 70 hours creating this content just to make sure you understand every single bit in this video. We have only like 15 subscribers. Please subscribe to support us. If you have any questions, make sure you put your thoughts in the comments below. We will answer you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. This is Alan from Alvin and Alan Academics. Look forward to see you in the next video.